Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and now today we're going to be ranking every Premier League striker from the 2020-21 season. So obviously the season's not over yet, we've got 2 games left, I don't know, I think it's 3. But yeah, so obviously you never know, bloody Neil Maupay could get back into the team and score 14 goals in the last 3 games. But we're going off of what we know, and even if he did that, well, that means he's inconsistent, I guess, I don't. But yeah, we're going to take a look at them, see who's been good, see who's not been good. So we've got a few tiers, and one of them's disappeared. What is going on? Okay, the tiers are the GOAT, which we'll be putting one person in, the GOAT, who you can probably figure out who I'm going to put in there, but if you can't, then we'll save that till later. We've also got Class, which would be like a few players, not quite the GOAT, but if the GOAT wasn't there, they'd definitely be in contention for that. They'd be just very good players, very consistent, scoring many goals. Average. Either they don't have the consistency, or they're not quite have the final product or something, but they haven't been bad, they just haven't been good either. We've got Mare, which they can score a few goals, but it's just not there for them, it's not there for them. And we've got Shite, which I don't even know, will we put anyone in Shite? Yeah, well, maybe. Anyway, let's get started. So obviously, we've got one striker from all the clubs, and we're going to put them all in the tiers. That's what a tier list is. Okay, so first up is Jamie Vardy. He's having a party, but Jamie Vardy is, he obviously got injured midway through the season, and Iheanacho's, I think it's got like, after Kane's like got the most goals in 2021 or something like that. So, but obviously Vardy still is main striker, and when he's slotted back into the team, obviously he's not actually doing as well as Iheanacho, to be fair, even though when they're both playing together, but Vardy's still a class player. I'm going to put him in, obviously this is just this season, we're going to put him in average. Yeah, I'm going to put him in average. He has scored 13 goals, and he obviously hasn't played as many games as others because of injury. But there is better options. And I think this season he hasn't lived up to the standards that I personally think he should have. So yeah, I'm going to put him in average for this season. Chris Wood, he scored 11 goals this season. He even scored a hat-trick. He's got like 5 goals in his last 5 games or 7 games or something like that. He's decent. He's finished off the season great. You know what? I'm actually going to put him in average. I don't think he's reached double figures in the Prem since he's arrived from Leeds. So, considering what his standards are, average is one way to put him, because he's done well in a Burnley team that struggled more than previous years, stuff like that. So I'll put him in average. All right, Patrick Bamford. I'm gonna put him in class. You know, he 15 goals this season, more than Vardy, more than a lot of other people. Like, I think he's like got the top 5 goals in the Prem or something like that. Only asked like Kane, Salah, Fernandez, Calvert-Lewin, and Son. That puts him 6th. Yeah, but he's done well, and I think people didn't expect to do well. I think he's got more goals in the Prem this season than he did in the Championship last season, which is a bit mad. So I'm going to put him in class. Callum Wilson, average. He started the season very well. He's got 12 goals this season, but he's been inconsistent. And I'm not sure if it's his fault or it's his team's fault, because obviously Maximin, Almiron, they've been out, and when Willock's come in, he's been scoring goals. But they've had their top players. Like, even Wilson's been out for a while, but I'm gonna put him in average. Alright, Kane. Now, he's been okay, so I'm gonna have to put him in shite, because he just hasn't. I'm kidding. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT of all football. He is the GOAT of all strikers, the GOAT of the Premier League, the GOAT, well, just the GOAT in general, isn't he? So, he's the GOAT, yeah. He's the one person we're going to be putting in the GOAT. What a player. Amazing season. Most goals, most assists. Hopefully he holds on to that, but Tottenham were terrible, but Harry Kane, a baller he is. Alright, Martial. Shite. Okay, I'm not even putting him in there. Last season he scored 20 goals. What a season he's had. Even the season before, he was slowly building up, improving. This season he's got 4 goals and 3 assists. So he's going in shite. Alright, Maupay, I'm going to put him in meh. He doesn't get into the Brighton team anymore, but when he did play, he was scoring goals. He just doesn't fit the system anymore, which is just get 1-0 wins, but somehow dominate possession, which they did to us, which I'm still annoyed about. But I'll put him in there, because when he did play, he wasn't bad, and he doesn't deserve to be in shite. He just doesn't fit the team. Alright, Ayew, meh. I'm gonna put meh, because even Benteke's done pretty much just as much as he has, and yeah, I'm gonna put him in there. He hasn't been like dreadful like Martial, but he hasn't been good. Ings, I'm gonna put him in meh as well. Now, a lot of people say, oh, he should be in class, he should be average. Well, think about it this way: 5 English strikers have more goals than him. Even though he had an injury, he still played more minutes than a lot of them. and it's just, he hasn't been cutting it. Ward-Prowse been playing well. He started off the season well. I think once they beat Liverpool, January 1st or something, early in 2021, he hasn't done much since. Obviously, he did get injured, but he's not better than that. He is not better than that. Alright, Jimenez, he got injured. I'm gonna put him in average, just because we didn't. Actually, no, I'm gonna put him there. He wasn't amazing, but he wasn't terrible, and he was, I'd say, below average, and he hasn't played enough minutes for me to put him up to average. So I'm gonna put him in there. Mitrovic, shite. He can't even get to the body Fulham team. Fulham don't play with a striker. They'd rather not play with a striker than play him. So that says it all. Pereira, he's not a striker, but so I don't know why he's on this. I'll put him in average. I will put him in class if it was like an attacking midfielder or something, wherever he plays, but he doesn't play up front, so I'm not going to put him in class. He's been very good. He's been the standout player of that West Brom side, so I will put him in average. Werner, he's been better than Martial Mitrovic. He's improving, but he and the people are saying, why does he miss all these chances? He's always done that. He's always missed these big chances, even when he's at Leipzig. He just had more opportunities to run in behind and make up for them with more goals, which is why people rated him higher than he actually was, than his actual level and how they should have rated him. But I will put him there, because I personally didn't expect him to do well, but he was definitely not average. He was pretty meh. Watkins, class. Now, people are going to ask, Vardy's got more goals than him. Watkins got the same, Vardy's got more goals than him. Wilson's got the same goals as him. Ings has only got a few less. Well, compared to the teams that he's playing in, the only man who supports him is Grealish. McGinn when he was fit, and Grealish when he is fit, but they haven't been really fit. Watkins still been producing, and he's been the only man, I guess El Ghazi, but he's been helping out the team quite a bit. And considering he did come from the Championship, whereas Wilson and Vardy have both been in the Prem for a long time. Yeah. Alright, Jota, I'm going to put him in. I'm going to put in average. Okay, and you know what? We're going to put him in class. We're going to put him in class, just because whenever he's played, he's been on it. He obviously had the injury between like December and January or February or something like that, and it was pretty big for a season, but when he's playing, he's on it. McGoldrick, I'm going to put him in average, considering if you lot have seen that Sheffield United side, they are proper bad, and he deserves at least a bit of credit. 6 or 7 goals I think for them, which considering the team, he deserves to be an average. Aubameyang, meh. He just got 10 goals, but last season he scored more than 20. I think he won Golden Boot or something like that, or Vardy did, but he was, yeah. Similar to Vardy and Ings, we expect him to be producing more, so I'm going to put him in there, and he just isn't what people thought he was going to be. Aguero, shite. I know you're going to say, he hasn't played enough. He hasn't played enough. Well, he hasn't, and when he has played, he just hasn't been sharp. He obviously had an injury, hasn't gotten to the team, hasn't been sharp, so I'm going to put him in shite. Antonio, average. Inconsistent, but very good. He's been good when on his day, but his day hasn't been quite a bit, to be honest. West Ham have been playing very good with the likes of Souček, Rice when the defense is very nice as well. Who else? We've got Ben Rama. A few days ago he got an assist, but other than that, he's been pretty inconsistent. Bowen's been on it. Bowen has been on it. Lingardinho, obviously. And yeah, I'm going to put Antonio in average because he has an injuries and hasn't been as consistently scoring. Calvert-Lewin, he's been in class. He's got to be class. 16 goals a season. The second highest scoring striker, which is a bit mad considering Salah, Bruno, and Son are in the top 4 for goals, and they're not even strikers. But yeah, Calvert-Lewin has to be in there. Class. He's been one of Everton's standout performers. They've got a few standout performers. They've just not been as consistent. And the away home and form home is very interchanging, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that is it. Kane obviously is the GOAT. Bamford, Watkins, Jota, and Calvert-Lewin in class. Vardy, Wood, Wilson, Pereira, McGoldrick, and Antonio in average. Mope, Ayew, Ings, Jimenez, Werner, and Aubameyang in average, or meh, sorry, and Martial, Mitrovic, and Aguero in shite. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. Drop a like if you did already. Subscribe down below. We're trying to get to 400, so let's get there. And I'll see you guys with another video tomorrow.